count down from 20 for black. 10.
Yep. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Ready, black?
2.
Take black.
1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Ready, show title.
4.
Ready, music.
3, 2, 1.
Take show title. Take music. Ready, camera
5,
3.
4, 3, 2.
Take camera
1.
3.
Hello,
And
I'm
cue.
Emily Sparks.
And I'm Kevin Nurse.
Welcome to UT Tyler MCOM Evening News
We'll take a look at a Philadelphia museum that is closing.
and some upcoming 4th of July
All right,
celebrations.
ready, camera 1. Take camera 1.
Hundreds of thousands rally nationwide for illegal immigrant families separated at the U.S.-Mexican border.
Do we need to
Tyler Holton, a spokesperson for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, welcomes interest in the immigration system. He says only Congress has the power to change the law. President Trump says he is backing ICE agents and there is zero chance of ICE being
All
abolished.
right, ready, camera 3. Take camera 3.
President Trump is calling on Saudi Arabia to increase its oil production by more than 2 million barrels per day. This follows a recent price hike in oil after the Trump administration signaled it wished to take Iranian oil exports off the market. Saudi's cooperation will be crucial in assuring we make up for the lost oil. Iran currently supplies 2% of the world's oil.
All right, camera 1. Take camera 1.
U.S. officials believe North Korea has been deceiving the U.S.
This time
following the
or
recent
this time?
summit between the two countries.
This time, right?
North
Okay,
Korean
right, okay.
leader
Just
Kim
double check.
Jong-un and U.S. President Trump met earlier this month. Both signed a document on June 12 stating that they would work toward complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Officials say that they are watching closely for deceptive
All right, ready,
actions
camera
by
3.
North Korea.
And take camera 3.
The New York Times reports the Philadelphia History Museum will be closing its doors to the public. The museum has been struggling to keep afloat for years. The city had been in talks with Temple University in hopes of keeping the museum afloat. However, for undisclosed reasons, the university pulled out of the deal, leaving the fate of the
He's
museum
got
unknown.
10 till weather.
The closing may last 6 months. And now to Brady with our weather report. What's
Ready,
the
camera
forecast
2?
for the 4th, Brady?
Take camera 2.
Thanks, Kevin. I'll get to the report for Wednesday, July 4th in just a minute, but I think hot will
So
just
far,
about
we're
cover
on
it.
time.
Or maybe not. Don't get up for a snack yet. Looking ahead at our 3-day forecast, we'll be
minutes to
having some
break.
interesting weather for the next few days. We'll be looking at our usual hot summer days with highs in the upper 100s and lows in the mid-70s throughout the week. Our Tuesday forecast, we're going to be looking at rather hot highs with highs hitting
he's got a minute.
98 degrees and lows reaching 75 degrees. The humidity level is reaching close to 75%, so it's going to feel a bit muggy outside. Our Wednesday forecast is a bit different and may be a little sad for some of you. It looks like we'll be having a wet 4th of July with thunderstorms approaching from the south right around 6 a.m. Wednesday morning and persisting until 6 p.m. that night. But don't worry, the weather shouldn't hinder your evening fireworks displays happening all across East Texas. Father Hart and Lindale is still planning on having their annual fireworks show. Our Thursday forecast will consist of partly cloudy skies with an unusually hot day. Highs will be in the 100s and lows in the 80s, so we'll be
20
right
seconds.
back to our hot Texas summer. Humidity is going to reach up to
Ready,
80%,
camera 1.
so stay hydrated because it's going to be a very hot day. Remember to stay dry and drive safely on the wet roads this holiday.
All right, tell
Many
me.
accidents occur about an hour
Go ahead and
after the
tell
rain
them to
starts
toss.
falling, causing
Ready,
the
camera
roads to
1.
be very slick. And back to Emily with the news.
Take camera 1.
Speaking of the heat, the Salvation Army of Tyler is holding its 11th annual Beat the Heat fan drive over the weekend. The Salvation Army says for many
We're a little
people
bit
in our
behind.
community,
30
a box
seconds
fan
to
is the
break.
only difference between a cool breeze and a summer without air conditioning. In case you missed the fan drive this
We're
weekend,
going to have to skip
you can visit
4th of July celebration.
www.salvationarmytyler.org for more
Ready,
information.
camera 3. Take camera 3.
Okay.
Tell North he's tossing.
10 to break.
Trump says he plans to announce a Supreme Court
10,
judge pick on July
9,
with 9.
8, 7,
This
6,
announcement follows the
5,
resignation of
4,
Supreme Court Judge
3,
Anthony Kitty.
That's
2,
fine.
When
We're
we
going to have to
come
wait.
back, we'll hear
1.
from Michael Sanders.
And we're in break. 30 out.
Currently, do you shouldn't have. Luckily, you're getting a drink that will ease you out of your woes with the same familiar taste. Introducing Sparrow Cider Mix. It's got a clean
Yeah,
and refreshing
Ferrari's
taste,
supposed to be 15 to show.
none of the usual side effects.
Yeah.
Sparrow Cider Mix.
I was supposed to be
Real
counting back
taste,
in.
That's
real
okay.
conscience. This product is intended for use by people
Do you
who
want me to
want
start
to
counting
cure
back in now?
their hangover.
10,
Try
9,
it today.
8, 7, 6,
All right.
5, 4, 3,
Stand by.
2, 1.
Camera 1, and we're up.
Welcome back to UT Tyler MCOM News. Here is Mike Sanders with all you need to know about sports.
And camera 2, you're up.
I'm Michael Sanders, and here's what's going on in sports. The NBA free agency period is approaching, and the LeBron James watch is on. Adrian Wojnarowski, Ramona Shelburne, and Brian Windhorst of ESPN are reporting James is hesitant
That was my fault.
to be the
It's
first
all
star
good.
player to
It's all
join
good.
Los Angeles this summer. Fellow star players such as Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are also linked to possibly joining the Lakers via trade or free agency.
Good.
Speaking of Kawhi Leonard, trade talks are heating up once again between his current team, the San Antonio Spurs, and the Los Angeles Lakers. According to a tweet from Ramona Shelburne of ESPN, the Lakers are now aggressively re-engaging in trade talks with the Spurs. This is the first contact between the two teams since the Spurs shut the door on the Lakers after their initial
34.
trade call on Leonard. Also, Paul George
What?
of the Oklahoma City
15.
Thunder.
Okay.
NBA League sources
Tell him
tell
to speed up a
ESPN
bit.
All-star forward Paul George will opt out of the final year of his contract with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The main contenders for George's services are the Thunder and the Los Angeles Lakers. Other teams such as the Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets are also interested in acquiring George. Now, that's it for basketball. Now we head over to the other side of the globe.
He'll be safe
to
if
talk
he
a little
keeps
bit of
talking
a World
fast.
Cup action. In a stunning fashion, defending World Cup champions, Germany men's national team is eliminated from the World Cup. Germany lost its final match to South Korea by a stunning score of 2-0. Neither Germany or South Korea will advance from their group to the round of 16. Sweden and Mexico will advance from the group instead. Now, it's summertime, and that means that baseball season is here. And with baseball season, there is the All-Star Game. The latest voting ballot for the results in the American League show Jose Altuve of the Houston Astros and Mookie Betts of the Boston Red Sox leading the way, each both earning north of 2 million votes
Tell him to
apiece.
speed up.
In the National League, Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves leads the way with just over 2 million votes.
He's got
And
20
finally,
seconds out.
according to CBS Sports, the popular football video game Madden of EA Sports is releasing its Madden 99 Club. This is for the upcoming Madden 19
All right.
game. The members
10
will be Aaron
seconds.
Rodgers, Tom Brady,
Stand by
Antonio
camera
Brown,
3.
Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Donald, Luke Kuechly, and Von Miller. Now, back to Emily with more news.
Take Norse. Camera 3.
Mexican citizens are racing to the polls to potentially put the first leftist in 3 decades in power. Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, better known by his nickname AMLO, is riding a wave of hatred for the government. He is currently ahead in the polls. This political revolution comes after a tragic kidnapping and killing of a busload of Mexican students by the members of a Mexican cartel.
AMLO got it. He's already been elected.
A trial date is set for a Tyler nurse who is accused of tampering with patients at a heart hospital. 34-year-old William George Davis is charged with murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Davis was indicted on the charges on June 21st. Judicial records show a jury trial is scheduled for December 3rd with Judge Christy Kennedy
Tell
presiding.
Norse he'll have to speed up. Camera 3, you're up.
Protests are being held in 30 Russian cities over a proposal to raise pension ages. The proposal would raise the age from 60 to 65 for men and 55 to 63 for women. The Russian government claims the changes are needed to cope with the shrinking workforce that cannot provide for the increasing number of retirees. A poll claims 80% of Russians oppose the plan.
All right, camera 1, take.
Police say skeletal remains were found in Gun Barrel City this Thursday morning. An individual passing through a wooded area near West Main Street reported to police finding the body. Gun Barrel City Police Chief Jess Arnswald said the body was in extreme state of decomposition. The remains were
Alright.
taken to the North Texas University in Denton
Stand by
to be
camera 2.
accused about the identity of the cause of death.
Tell her to
Next,
toss.
we'll hear from Brady in the Weather Center to see if we have any cooler
Alright.
weather on the way.
And K camera 2.
Thanks, Emily. So you may be wondering, why does everything look so hazy outside? No, your glasses aren't smudged and you're not going crazy.
Tell him he'll
What
have
that
to speed up.
is African dust. Now you may be
We
wondering if
have-
it is actually dust from Africa, and you are correct.
see.
That is how, and here's how it's got here. A large dust storm occurred
He has
in
a
the
minute.
Sahara Desert in June 26th. It traveled far enough in the air to where a wind current located over the western edge of Africa picked up the particles and carried them across the
45.
Atlantic Ocean into Texas. The dust appeared in Houston early yesterday morning and slowly made its way up through the rest of Texas. The dust reached East Texas early this morning. Thankfully, the dust will be moved on by tomorrow. From there, it
30
will be one of
seconds.
two things. It can either dissipate or move north, which is what it's looking like it's currently doing. While it's here, I have to warn you, the dust has created an unsafe air quality.
20
if you have a heart
seconds. We're
condition
coming
or
back to
respiratory
camera
issues,
3.
limit your outside
to
time as
north.
this may cause your
North,
issues to
rather.
flare up.
15.
Even for those without any heart or respiratory issues, stay inside and
10,
limit your outside time.
9.
According to the
8,
U.S. Geological
7.
Survey, the dust can contain contaminated
Stand by
chemicals that
camera
may cause
3.
your issues later. So again, limit your outdoor time this week until it is moved away from Texas.
And
And here's Kevin with more news.
Thanks, Brady. President Trump says he
on
won't
time.
sign any NAFTA deal until after the midterm elections. Trump says he is not happy after working with Mexico and Canada to come to a more agreeable deal. This announcement comes just after Canada started collecting tariffs on nearly $13 billion worth of U.S. products. The tariffs were in response to U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum.
Camera 2 needs killed down.
Tyler's TGI Fridays
Camera 2,
restaurant
can we
permanently
set that
closing its
shot?
doors on
Perfect.
Saturday. A spokesperson for the company says the move is a business decision. Brian Conway, the manager for corporate communications for TGI Fridays, confirms the restaurant's closure. Conway says the company is working closely with the employees at the Tyler location to provide job assistance.
all right, ready camera 3. Take
Afghan
3.
President Ashraf Ghani declares he is ending ceasefire with
Tell
the
him to speed
Taliban
up.
after dozens of Afghan soldiers fell to insurgent attacks. He is ordering Afghan defense and security forces to restart operations. This is the first time he has done this since he announced a truce with the Taliban in
We're
early
ahead.
June.
Ready camera 1.
However, Ghani says the doors to negotiation will remain open.
Take camera 1.
The
we're
University
not.
of Texas
So
at
that's
Tyler is
by the-
announcing the
that's where
recipients
the
of the
story
2018 UT
Oh, okay,
System
we're not.
Regents Outstanding Teaching Award. Carrie Ann Clark and Dr. Sean Butler will each receive $25,000 in recognition of their
Alright.
superior undergraduate
Stand by camera
instruction
2.
and commitment to student success through teaching. They will be recognized Thursday, August 9th in Austin.
All right, quick toss.
It's been a busy couple weeks in the box office. Let's get with Brent Smith.
All right, take camera 2.
What's
Cue.
up, guys? Today on Film Pass, we're going to discuss 5 films that I believe are highly anticipated summer blockbusters. As normal, Film Pass will try to give you as much information as possible without actually spoiling the film for our audience. I'm your host, Brentavian Smith. Let's roll right into it. The 4th installment in the Purge series, The First Purge, premieres Wednesday, July 4th. The film will
He's got a
explore
total
life at the
of
commencement
2.5
of the
minutes.
first ever annual Purge. Audiences will be taken to a society in which some people believe that taking out all anger in one night is the most beneficial way of bettering the country. Directed by Gerard McMurray, The First Purge has a talented cast starring Elon Noel, Lex Scott Davis, and Joy Vaughn Wade. If I might add, this is one film that I cannot wait to see and also be a little scared of for a few weeks. Ant-Man and the Wasp
2 minutes.
is the second film in the Ant-Man franchise. Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, and Michael Pena leaned their talents to director Peyton Reed for the sequel opening Thursday, July 5th. With a Metascore of 70, this is a highly anticipated summer blockbuster. Everyone needs at least one summer vacation. Hotel
Minute and a half.
Transylvania 3 brought out singer and actress Selena Gomez to a movie premiere for the first time in 2 years. Majority of the celebrity cast returns for a beach vacay getaway with many surprises. The animated film will hit theaters July 13th. July 13th will also be the premiere date of Skyscraper. Dwayne Johnson plays a decorated war veteran overseeing security for skyscrapers. The film will take Johnson's character through a series of seemingly unpassable tests as he
1
tries to
minute out.
rescue his family and clear his name. No pun intended, but this sounds like it's going to rock. Okay, pun intended. Last on
That's
my list
awful.
is Siberia. The coolest guy on earth, John Wick, will be back on screens near you in a film
2
similar
minutes
to the
to
Taken
credits.
franchise.
45 minutes
Keanu
till the
Reeves
story's
sets out
over.
to find his diamond trading partner, but ends up finding a love affair instead. Interesting. The film premieres July 13th. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, he's going to have to stretch.
And, all kinds of movies are out there, so if you see some, send us some into the studio that you
He's got
think we should
20
review
seconds to
sometime.
stretch. We're coming back to camera 3 when we're done.
He bailed.
You can follow their social media accounts on Instagram as well
10,
to win
9,
cool free
8,
items and also
7,
sign up
6,
for
5,
other
4,
things
3,
as well.
And back
We're
to
going
camera
back
3.
to Kevin Norris
1.
with more news.
Thanks, Brent. A comedian is gaining attention
Perfect.
after calling the president by pretending to be a senator. Radio host and comedian John Melendez had an impromptu conversation over immigration and the Supreme Court with President Trump. This incident raises questions about the
1
proper
minute to
precautions
credits.
taken to vet the calls reaching the president, as well as questions about the competency of his staff.
Good. Take camera 1.
1 year ago, Tess Thompson Talley posted photos of her social media that are causing an uproar. The photos from a female hunter from Kentucky shows her proudly displaying the results of her so-called dream hunt. A dead black giraffe killed in South Africa.
This is
The
sad.
photos have
I don't
ignited
like
a firestorm across social media after being picked
Tell
up
'em
by
to
a
speed
local
up.
African media outlet.
Take camera 3.
Rabbi Neil Katz is running against incumbent Matt Schaefer for the Texas 6th District seat. Katz is running as an independent. Schaefer is a Republican who has held the seat since 2013.
All right, we're 15
Katz
till
has
credits.
criticized Schaefer for taking donations
Still
from a
online?
Midland-based PAC, saying Schaefer acts on behalf of his West
10 to
Texas
credits.
funders and not his East Texas neighbors.
All right.
I'm Emily Sparks.
And I'm Kevin Nurse.
Be sure to watch tomorrow when we look at some tasty recipes for the
And
4th of July celebration.
ready? Show
And
title?
this has been UT Tyler Evening
10,
News.
9, 8.
Yeah, we're
7.
supposed to take it now.
Well, it's not on the screen.
All right, take music. Sorry, that ending was bad. And we're out. Cool.
Already paused it.